Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk about the 10 comic book movies based on how excited I am. So let's begin. First up, in last place, is Kraven the Hunter. Now, I don't know anything about this character, but I know the fact that it's coming. Aaron Taylor Johnson, who you probably don't know, he was in Bullet Train. He sounds pretty cool for a casting. And he also got Ariana DeBose in this. And we're also getting Russell Crowe. And I'm like, so confused where this is all going. Like, will this be Sonyverse or MCU? But we have to know that it's coming. And I'm not really particular with any of the work that these guys are from. And so, yeah, this is last place. Next up, Blue Beetle. Now, I know this has some potential. But here's the thing. I need to know my excitement about this. I mean, and this character who's playing Blue Beetle is known for Cobra Kai. Yeah, and I'm not really familiar with anything of the direction of the work this is going. But I never grew up a fan of this character. See, I do know there's a play feel like Origin, which I do like. But I just need a trailer to know. And also, this was supposed to be HBO Max, but WB was like, no, let's make this in theaters. I was like, okay, that's cool. Next up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. Now, this isn't last because I don't know who's going to be in it. But I did grow up a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when I was a kid. But I do know Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, who you probably know who made comedy movies, are producing this. And it's probably going to Netflix, right? If I'm correct. But I need to know who's going to be in this to have my excitement. Other than that, there wasn't previous Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies that we had back in the 2000s with Michael Bay producing them. And Megan Fox was in them, but yeah. Next up, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Now, this was supposed to come out last year, but got delayed, and it's supposed to be coming out in March, and got delayed. Well, I do like Aquaman, and I like the original of Aquaman. And, I mean, there was some good in there. And Jason Momoa was perfect, and I'm really excited to see him again. But Amber Heard, I'm definitely not excited. Reason is 2 words: Johnny Depp. Yes, ever since what happened between her and Johnny Depp makes me not want to go see this at all. Now, to be granted, I will obviously just want to think that I will see Jason Momoa, but because of what happened makes me not want to go see this at all. Next up, the Marvels. Now, I know some of you probably didn't like the original Marvel, but I think the one is not great, but there's some good things in there. But I do know we're going to get Brie Larson back. We're getting the person that was just in WandaVision, and we're getting Kamala in this one, so very cool. All we just need now is just a trailer. So yeah, moving on. Next up, Shazam! Fury of the Gods. The original Shazam, great. I like that we're seeing the family again, and I'm quite proud of they're doing. The original director's probably returning, and I want to see more Shazam action in there. I do have some attention in the villain as well. They released the trailer back a couple months ago, and it still has my excitement to see. But since we're not going to probably see Black Adam in this one, probably makes me feel less disappointed that there's no Black Adam in this one, but hey. Still excited, but I just need to know what will happen in the future for this. Next up is The Flash. This movie has had a hell of time with brilliant writers and directors, and it keeps falling apart. But then WB cracked the code and finally got a script that they liked. And they've got Andy Muschietti, who's the guy who did It. Probably have seen It. Cool and great. And this is all based on the Flashpoint, which in the Flashpoint comics, Barry Allen goes back in time and saves his mom from dying. And in the comic version, and there's a movie adaptation of it, animated, because of that, he loses his Flash powers. Bruce Wayne dies out of Thomas Wayne. So Bruce Wayne, a very cool storyline. And in this, which I mean by Thomas Wayne, I mean by Michael Keaton, who's returning as the Batman from 1989's Batman and Batman Returns, which were directed by Tim Burton. Yes, those movies were popular back then. And the reason they're doing this is that way they're trying to ignore the other two movies that Keaton didn't appear, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, which Forever was okay, but Batman and Robin got bad. And it's so great. And you're also getting Ben Affleck's Batman as well. And it's very cool, and this is going multiverse, and I'm so excited. And then there's Ezra Miller, the biggest movie nightmare of 2022 everybody's ever seen. But just because of what happened doesn't mean I'm excited for it. I mean, do I even really want to see a person who is like doing all these illegal things to see a movie? But Ezra Miller has did apologize saying he's going into mental health, which I'm glad he's getting help. But other than that, I'm still excited to see this because of Michael Keaton's Batman. And I wish I could put this one higher on the list, but I sadly can after all the Ezra Miller drama. And I hope that Ezra Miller has been doing better, and I hope he recovers after all of this. But I'm not saying that Ezra Miller is innocent. I'm not saying Ezra Miller is innocent. I'm not. I'm saying he's a guilty person. He's a guilty person. And so you could debate whether you really wanted to recast him, but WB said no because Ezra Miller's in every frame of the movie. But there's also drama of constant reshoots, and they obviously have been saying that the screen testings have been positive. Great. But other than that, I'm very, very still excited to see this movie because of Michael Keaton. And he was popular back then. He was the reason everybody loved his Batman. Even if you weren't around in those times, you still have to be excited because of Michael Keaton. And I also do like time travel movies, so yeah. This is all I have to say, and I'm still excited to see it, despite a criminal who we all just experienced in 2022. Next up, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. All right. So this was supposed to come out in October, but got delayed. And they just released the first trailer, and this is, of course, going across the Spider-Verse. And the original Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, great movie. But I guess how was he say? Still want more, especially more Miles Morales. Next up, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Now this is about to release next month, which I'm glad and still excited. The first Ant-Man and the Wasp was good. The second one, I think is probably better, and some of you probably say it could have been better, but hey. That sounded like we're going Quantumania. And we're also getting Kane involved with this. So, yeah. And the other thing that has me excited is that what could I say is that it's Quantumania. And it just has excited to see because you get Paul Rudd, you get Jonathan Majors, you get Michael Douglas, Michelle Pfeiffer, you get the whole entire people with you together. But I need to know, Uncanny Ant-Man is gonna be crazy. And not by craziness, I mean like full craziness. And in first place is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Okay, now let's begin, shall we? The original Guardians of the Galaxy was a huge hit and nobody even expected it to be. Then, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 saw it in theaters, and I think it's better than the original. And then it's filled with all the drama with James Gunn was supposed to be making this movie years ago. He wrote the script for it, and then some old tweets that he made over 10 years before for service backup. They were pretty offensive. He got fired by Disney. WB snagged him up, sent him loose to make the Suicide Squad and the Peacemaker show, which they were both commercially successful. I think I just might say something that I might never say in the whole time. And then Disney rehired him 6 months or 8 months later, I think. And the movie gets delayed, and they finally finish it. And then a couple months later, James Gunn becomes the new head of the DC universe. And that's cool. Has me very excited. And now we're just with Infinity War, Endgame, and the holiday special for the Guardians. Makes you obviously know that these characters were special to you. And do I want more? Of course I want more. And this will be the last time we'll be seeing these characters, but so, yeah. This will come in at number 1. So tell me about your rankings. Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you want, tell me how I feel about other comic book movies of the year, or leave your ranking down in the comments. Let me know. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.